Moving on now, 19 years after multiple train blasts killed more than 180 people in Mumbai, the Bombay High Court acquitted all the 12 accused, saying the prosecution failed to prove the case and it was hard to believe they committed the crime. The judgment comes as a major embarrassment to the Maharashtra Anti-Terrorism Squad, which conducted the probe in this case. A special bench of justices Anil, Kilor and Shyam, Chandak said that the prosecution has failed to even bring on record the type of bombs used in crime and that the evidence relied on by it was not conclusive to convict the accused persons. While quashing the conviction of 12 people, of whom 5 had been sentenced to death and 7 to life imprisonment by a special court. Nilesh is joining us in the broadcast with more details. Nilesh, in a way, the court also came down heavily on those who were investigating the case by saying that the evidence was not conclusive, that they were not able to convince the court that these individuals committed the crime because they did not even provide basic details of the kind of bombs that were used.
Well, yes, absolutely, Swati, and as you rightly pointed out, that this comes as a big setback for the ATS, the agency which was investigating the entire case. Now, Bombay High Court raised several doubts over the investigation. Now, remember, the incident took place in year 2006, 11th of July was the specific date, and few months later, that is in the month of November, a charge sheet was also filed by the ATS, making 12 individuals as the accused. In total, the ATS had arrested 13 individuals and 15 were suspected to be belonging to the cross border, that is in Pakistan. These 12 individuals have now been left free by the Bombay High Court, stating that the evidences, the statements and various evidences that were collected, which includes some weapons as well as maps, were not enough to raise a conviction onto these 12 accused, and various statements which were recorded by the ATS were seen a copy-paste statement. That is, they were repeated from the first individuals to the third individual, and this somewhat raises a lot many doubts onto the procedure that was being followed by the ATS department. Which is why this order has been given out by the Bombay High Court. Using a very strong word, Bombay High Court mentions that it was utterly a kind of investigation which was done, that they were unable to prove their investigation was correct or was in the right direction. The Bombay High Court has ordered that if any individual who is not wanted in any other case should be left off free. And now, after this judgment has come, the judgment is now also taking political turn, wherein leaders from the sitting alliance partner are being questioning the then Congress leadership, stating that it was their weakness or no strong evidence were put forth by them, and which is why it seems like the terrorists are walking free out of the jail. Now, the current regime is also demanding or stating that they will be putting out a strong legal team, and further investigation will be followed, and an appeal will be made into the apex body, that is the Supreme Court.
Well, so Nilesh, the High Court said the evidence is not conclusive. The High Court also said that, a false sense of justice or a false sense of the case has been resolved, has been created. Let me bring in Abha Singh, in fact. Stay on with us, Nilesh. Abha Singh, so then we still don't know who the real perpetrators are. It's a massive embarrassment for ATS. Also, one needs to then ask, on what basis did the special court convict them? On what basis was the death sentence awarded by the special court then?
You're very right when you say it is a massive embarrassment. I would say Mumbai police should die of embarrassment, because the High Court has come down heavily on the way in which the trial was conducted. They said the evidences were not correct. The people who deposed, in fact, they said the witnesses were also not the actual witnesses. In fact, the High Court has really pulled up the whole process. And that is the reason that the special court has given death penalty to 5 and 7 life sentence. All have been set aside.
Right.
And this clearly shows a failure of the criminal justice system.
Okay.
Failure of the people who put up.
Failure of the criminal justice system, says Abha Singh. Ma'am, request you to please stay on with us. We also have Majid Memon, senior advocate, joining us on the broadcast. Your first reaction, sir. Mr. Memon, can you hear me? Mr. Memon, can you hear me? If you can hear me, sir, please go ahead. Your first reaction.
Hello.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, the Bombay High Court has acquitted all 12 accused, sir, in the Mumbai train blasts. Your first reaction?
Well, I think the court did feel that the offences alleged against the persons who were involved in the crime, who were brought as accused persons before the trial court, the case could not be produced, could not be proved beyond doubt as is the required law. And therefore, the benefit had to be given to the accused persons. The only, you see, the impact of this is that, unfortunately, it takes years. Now, the incident of 2006 is now decided by the High Court in 2025. It has taken more than almost 2 decades, almost 2 decades. So this is irony. The cases need to be disposed of much early, and more particularly, sensational cases or terror cases or cases with serious accusations must end up within 5 years at the highest.
Mr. Memon, now, you know, the High Court has used some very strong words. I'm just quoting one excerpt from that when the court says, you know, creating a false appearance of having solved a case by presenting that the accused have been brought to justice gives a misleading sense of resolution. Apart from that, of course, we know that the court has also said the evidence is not conclusive, that the investigators were not even able to provide details about the bombs, the kind of bombs that were used. You know, that begs question about the verdict of the special court. On what basis then, one would ask, the special court gave death sentence and life imprisonment to these convicts?
You see, the misfortune is that our investigating agencies are unfortunately far from the required standard as far as their functioning is concerned in collecting evidence, in presenting evidence through the prosecution agency before the court, and then establishing a case, watertight case, and then getting it established as they want. They have been failing invariably. Our experience has been that particularly in terror cases or cases, you see, under NCOC Act or under other serious offences like POCSO and so and so and so. See, they are not able to do good homework, make a watertight case, and then their anxiety, their, you see, enthusiasm to fabricate and to color the evidence in order to make it a stronger case, the truth suffers, and then ultimately they are exposed in the court during cross-examination. And then the offense remains to be established against those who have committed.
All right, Mr. Memon and Abha Singh, thank you very much for joining us on the broadcast with your views. Let me, in fact, go back to Nilesh, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. All acquitted by the Bombay High Court, and some very, very strong observations coming in as well when the court says that a false sense of resolving this case or a false appearance of justice is being presented, and which is misleading. The court also, you know, questioning the most basic thing, which is evidence, which according to the High Court is not conclusive in this particular case. So the question remains, who's the real perpetrator? Who killed all those innocent people?
Swati, it is a big question, a shocking one, because it is nearly 19 years now that the entire incident took place. The incident which resulted into death of 190 individuals, leaving around 800 individuals injured, and is considered to be one of the biggest terror attack that occurred into the city. The entire nation was shook, in fact, by the said act. However, as of now, no individual has been caught is a big surprise, and given the fact that agencies like ATS has been involved into it, various individuals were caught, evidences were collected, but now all stands to be null and void after the decision coming in from the Bombay High Court, and which is why the fresh statement.
Yes, Nilesh, please stay on with us. We have some breaking inputs coming in. I'll come to you for details on that as well. And this is, I believe, the first reaction, first statement coming in from Maharashtra Anti-Terrorism Squad after Bombay High Court's verdict acquitting all the accused. Now, the ATS says that they are going to analyze this verdict of the High Court and is mulling further course of action. The Maharashtra ATS, Anti-Terrorism Squad, has also consulted special prosecutor. That's what we're given to understand. Let's go back to Nilesh for more on this. Yes, Nilesh.
There is, Swati, as you rightly were pointing out, that this is a fresh statement coming in from the Maharashtra ATS, which is considered to be one of the high highly professional institutions or department, stating that how they are going through the judgment that has been given out by Bombay High Court, and they will further take their legal remedies, and after opinion with the experts, in particularly the ASG, they will look into the case and might also move to the apex body as well, a demand which is also constantly being given out by various political leaders. Now, it is a significant aspect that Makoka and UAPA were the sections, some very serious charges which were labelled by the ATS onto these 12 individuals, which now stands to be null and void after the decision coming in from the Bombay High Court. So all of those aspects will be again reconsidered by the ATS department, right, because it was their involvement, yes, and the various statement which was also recorded, which included of that of the eyewitnesses, were done by the ATS.
Absolutely. So now, Nilesh, ATS is going to analyze High Court's verdict. They've already, I believe, spoken to a special public prosecutor. Stay on with us. We also have some reactions coming in, and here's a reaction from Shiv Sena UBT MP Priyanka Chaturvedi.
ये बहुत ही दुखद है। उनको सजाए मौत देने के बजाय उनको बाइज्जत बरी कर दिया है। उससे दिखा रहा है कि जो हमने केस प्रेजेंट किया वो फुल प्रूफ केस नहीं था, उसमें लूप होल्स थे, और ये हमारी, मैं मानती हूँ, ये गलती है राज्य सरकार की। राज्य सरकार ने इसको सीरियसली ना लेकर एक सीरियस आर्ग्यूमेंट प्रेजेंट नहीं किया, जिसकी वजह से ये वर्डिक्ट आया है। मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि इतने लोग मरे थे, शहीद हुए थे, 2006 से इंतजार कर रहे हैं न्याय का। न्यायपालिका में इंतजार कर उन पे विश्वास रखकर उन्होंने क्लोजर और जस्टिस की उम्मीद जो बनाए रखी थी, आज वो टूटी होगी। ये तो जले पे नमक डालने वाली बात हुई है। मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ इसको होम मिनिस्टर जो महाराष्ट्र के हैं, देवेंद्र फडणवीस, जो मुख्यमंत्री भी हैं, इस कोर्ट वर्डिक्ट को चैलेंज करेंगे और एक ऐसा केस सामने रखेंगे जो फुल प्रूफ हो और उनको बाइज्जत बरी की बजाय उनको सजाए मौत तक ले जाए।
All right, Congress MLA Vijay Wadettiwar is joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Vijay Wadettiwar, your first reaction. The Bombay High Court has pulled up the ATS when the court says that evidence was not conclusive, and they were not even able to provide basic details like what type of bomb was used.
सवाल यही आता है कि इतने साल में, अभी 19-20 साल के बाद में रिजल्ट आता है, क्या कर रही थी गवर्नमेंट, और गवर्नमेंट के जो लॉयर थी क्या कर रही थी? इन्होंने ये इस बारे में क्या एविडेंस नहीं थे? जो बम ब्लास्ट में, फिर किसने किया बम ब्लास्ट? मुंबई में हुआ, तो अगर ये एक्यूज नहीं है, उसके गिल्टी नहीं है, तो वो सवाल यही आता है कि फिर इसके पीछे सरकार सीरियस नहीं है। सरकार सीरियस नहीं होने से ये इनको सबको पूरे के पूरे एक्यूज को बरी कर दिया गया। ये तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि जिसने भारत देश में हमला हम मानते थे, मुंबई के बम ब्लास्ट में हमला बोले तो पूरे इंडिया के ऊपर ये हुआ था, और ऐसे टेररिस्ट को, ऐसे आरोपियों को बरी होने तक गवर्नमेंट सोई थी क्या? स्टेट गवर्नमेंट, सब कुछ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की गलती के वजह से इनको बाइज्जत बरी कर दिया है। यही प्रूव होता है।
तो आप कह रहे हैं उस वक्त की राज्य सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है, उसके बाद जो सक्सेसिव गवर्नमेंट्स आई उनकी जिम्मेदारी है, या फिर केवल जिम्मेदारी एटीएस की है कि वो साबित नहीं कर पाए हाई कोर्ट में?
देखिए, सरकार एक किसकी भी हो, रिजल्ट कब आया? तभी भी जो इनको अरेस्ट किया गया था, ये मामला इतने दिनों से चलते आ रहा है, ये केसेस इतने दिन से हेरिंग, आज इतने साल के बाद भी वो बरी हो रहे। तो जब से हेयरिंग शुरू हुई और एविडेंस चेक करने की बात हो गई, तो ये फुल प्रूफ एविडेंस इनके पास में नहीं थे क्या सरकार के पास? फिर सवाल यही आता है, और इनके बड़े बड़े लायर क्या कर रहे थे? बम ब्लास्ट के आरोपी बाइज्जत बरी होते हैं, तो हमारी इतनी गवर्नमेंट के बड़े बड़े लायर हैं, इसमें एक्स्ट्रा, मेरा यही कहना है, अभी अब ये निकाल आया है, सरकार ने तुरंत अपील दाखिल करना चाहिए। किसी भी हालत में ये लोग छूटना नहीं चाहिए जो बम ब्लास्ट किया है। अभी भी समय गया नहीं। अभी
लेकिन वडेट्टीवार जी, अब तो सबसे बड़ा सवाल ये है कि किसने किया फिर बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट? अगर इन सभी को निर्दोष पाया है बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट ने, तो फिर असली गुनहगार कौन है? एक बार फिर से इसकी तलाश करनी होगी क्या?
नहीं, देखिए, ये सवाल तो आप जो सवाल कर रहे हैं बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं कि बॉम्बे ब्लास्ट, फिर आरोपी कौन है? किसने बनाया, किसने ये ब्लास्ट किया? अगर ये निर्दोष है, तो सवाल यही आता है कि फिर से इन्वेस्टिगेशन का, पर मैं यही कहूंगा, देखो उस वक्त भी आरोपियों को पकड़ा गया था, वो पुलिस ने कार्रवाई की थी, एसआईटी वहां पे लगी थी काम पे, और इस स्थिति में एसआईटी कंपनी क्या कोर्ट में अपनी साइन रखने में स्टेट गवर्नमेंट कंपनी,
ओके, ऑलराइट,
सवाल उठता है
यू
ना।
आर आल्सो प्लेसिंग द रिस्पांसिबिलिटी ऑन द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट। आप कह रहे हैं कि स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को इसको चैलेंज करना चाहिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच मिस्टर वडेट्टीवार फॉर जॉइनिंग अस ऑन द ब्रॉडकास्ट। थैंक यू टू नीलेश एज वेल फॉर गेटिंग अस ऑल द इनपुट्स। ऑफ कोर्स we'll keep tracking all the developments.